Welcome back to the channel. Your host, DonLexy, here with another live reaction. We got a good show for you guys today. Make sure you stay until the end for the feature presentation. Let me lay the ground rules down. Got to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the platform. Also, the notification bell to be notified every single time we post content just like this. Let's go ahead and get into it. Of course, we're looking for a show sponsor. Everything over 20 qualifies. We have a Cash App goal of $100. That guarantees another show the next day. That model's been working out really good. Everybody's been coming out and supporting, and we've been hitting goal consistently. Let's try to do that again on tonight's show so we can come out again for another show tomorrow. I've been enjoying doing these shows for you, so let's continue. Let's keep it up. Y'all fill the room, drop those locations. Y'all know how we do.
Louisiana got the 4th worst educational system in America.
My dog died.
Like Bernie, that's a big bag. So wait a minute. Wait a minute.
South Dakota in the building. Let's get it. What's up, Shelly? What's up, Dale C? Sizzler, what's going on? Queens, New York in the building. Tulsa, Oklahoma in the building. Hit that like button. Come on, y'all. Let's do what we do.
You get your big fat ass on somewhere then. I don't deal with you big sassy ass broads.
I own 2 companies.
What's up, Hidden Gems? Tennessee in the building. Philly in the building. Let's go. New Jersey in the building. Welcome, welcome. Denver in the building, let's go.
Louisiana got the 4th worst educational system in America.
What's up, KTV Radio? What's going on? Hope Mills NC in the building. What's up? What's up? Tennessee, Manhattan. That's 2 Tennessees. Lafayette, Cleveland, Ohio, PA, Memphis, Dallas again, New Hampshire, Philly. What's up? Let's have a good show. We're almost at 100 people. About time to get going. All right. 1 more minute left. Okay. Y'all know we had to cover 1 archetype. We're only going to do 2 archetypes today. This one's pretty lengthy. It was worth every minute. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about Something that we've always had to talk about in this space. Average women asking for exceptional things when they aren't exceptional in any way. We're going to get into it. There were some other obnoxious things that happened. You don't want to miss this one as well. We're going to cover this one, then we're going to hop right over to the feature presentation. Y'all know how we rock. Cash App, stop the show. If you just have to interrupt the reaction, something you want to say, something you need to add to the conversation, let's go ahead and do that through the Cash App. Let's get it. They said, love the Hurricane Chris sound. Yeah, we're going to start adding some more sounds as the show goes on. They said, greatest notification of the day. Let's get it. I love it. I'm glad that you guys look forward to the show. Charleston, South Carolina in the building. Massachusetts in the building as well. Okay, we're going to break it down. This was the interesting call that happened at during Kendra G's show that shocked me. We're going to get right into it. I'm going to let the call speak for itself. It's a lengthy one, so we're just going to let it roll. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm glad you guys are here. Let's go ahead and get right into the reaction.
Hey, Kendra.
Hey, what's your name? Apple?
No, that's just my little internet handle.
That's your internet handle?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. So, you want me to call you Apple?
I mean, you can.
Okay. But what do you want me to call you, love?
My name is Asia.
Okay. Asia?
Mm-hmm.
So you want me to call you Asia. Asia, where you calling me from, love?
I'm calling from the DMV area.
DMV, how old are you?
I'm 28.
28. What you do for a living?
I have a lot of things under my belt, Miss Kendra, but like, like I'm a barber. I'm a licensed barber. But my full-time job right now, I work in a warehouse. I work for Amazon.
Okay, so what should I write down for your job?
You can put Amazon for now.
Amazon.
But I got goals. I got goals. Like I'm working towards, I'm going towards my CDL soon.
You're going through okay. Do you have kids?
Yes, I do. I have 2.
Okay, 2 kids. And how old are your 2 kids?
I have a 6-year-old boy and a 5-year-old girl.
Okay, both by the same man?
No, two dads.
Amen.
Okay. Lanisha says, Arizona in the house. I know you're about to cook, Don. Yeah, we're definitely about to cook. Yeah, this is interesting. There's some people who already realize that she's got a little bit of attitude. She's trying to talk sweet, but really she's kind of being, passive aggressive. Let's go ahead and continue.
Okay, and have you ever been married?
No.
No, okay. And what's your zodiac sign, Asia?
I'm a Capricorn, big Capricorn energy.
Okay. All right, so we got Asia, DMV, 28, Capricorn, works for Amazon, also working on getting your CDL, correct?
Yeah.
And mine are 2 kids by 2 men, never married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
I'm looking for the ballers.
I beg your pardon.
You came right out with it.
For real, like.
I'm here to tell you right now.
Yeah, for real, like that's what I'm looking for. Like the money.
Well, we got there early. How much money do we gotta make?
The men that's willing to spend the money on, that don't mind spending money on women. Okay.
I beg your pardon.
There's a lot of problems with this. We're going to have to let the AK off. Again, there are plenty of men out there, ballers as you would call them, who are looking to spend money on women. You aren't the woman, though. That's the thing. And it isn't that these guys don't see you and that you don't know where they are. It's that when they're out in public and you're around them, you're invisible to them. That's actually what's happening. There's a certain kind of man out there who's looking for you, and he isn't a baller. Until you get with that, you're gonna have problems. Let's go ahead and get back into it.
Are you willing to deal with what comes along with that at times?
To an extent.
So what are you willing to deal with for the money?
I'm not the type of female to go through, phones and all that. If I don't see it, I don't know. I'm dumb. I'm a dumb blonde. I don't know nothing going on. As long as it, ain't coming, nobody calling me and trying to come at me as a woman and all that. Men is gonna be men, I guess, nowadays.
Now, this is actually where she's more wise than most women out here. This was this was probably the only thing that she said that was somewhat reasonable. There would be a lot of marriages still together, a lot of families still together, if there were women wise enough to think this way. There are a lot of women who went looking for a reason to wreck their home, and the guy was paying all their bills, he was doing everything by their children, nothing actually was wrong, there wasn't a nut missing, there wasn't any missing oil, the machine that is their family was running just as smooth as it needed to run, and and then women start going looking through the guy's phone, so on and so forth, and trying to find reasons to wreck the home. Mr. Samuels used to say this best. He would say, don't go looking for a reason to wreck your home. Like a lot of you women, you wrecked your home because you just couldn't just be focused on what's going on in the home. Like this was the only thing that she, if a lot of baddies would adopt this mentality, they would be able to keep a lot of those high value guys that they can't seem to keep a good grasp on. She was right when she said men are going to be men. Again, I'm not condoning all types of disrespectful forms of infidelity, like bringing a baby to a woman, bringing an STD to her. There are rules to men who exercise options within a marriage. He has rules he has to follow also. But a lot of women who are just willing to cancel a guy who's rare in the dating market just because he has the options that he rightfully deserves, you're really silly women when you think about it. You really haven't thought about it. Let's get these likes up. We're at a likes disparagement. We need like 50 more people to hit the like button. Okay. Let's go ahead and get back into it. Bugweed sister, y'all wild. Let's get back into it.
Ooh, child. Okay,
Well,
so you
when
willing
it
to kind
comes
of
like-
like, so as long as so let's get here now. How much money does he have to make?
Enough?
So, okay, well, how about this? What do you expect this man with money to do for you? What is the expectation?
I'm just saying, like, I'm not, at least, like, I'm gonna be real. I'm a real logical person and all that. And so, like, I'll say 50K at least, 60K at least.
Okay, so now
Now, this is what made me think she doesn't really know how the world works. She's like, oh, like, I want a baller, yada, yada, yada. Then she's like, well, I want him to make 50, 60K. And I'm like, okay, well, that's closer to what you qualify for, but it's weird. You're putting mixed messages out there. You're saying you want a baller and whatever, but the guy who actually is more in line with you, the guy who makes 50, 60,000, that's not what he wants to hear, because he's proud of himself and what he's doing, but he doesn't view himself as a baller. And I know when modern women say baller, that's somebody who they expect to continue to spend money on them, even if it's meaningless, even if it doesn't even matter. He's just throwing money. So again, even a guy who makes $40,000 to $50,000 a year, you shouldn't be looking for him to be spending even half of that on you. You got the wrong guy. Much love to Erica. She just dropped a 5 in the PayPal. Much love, Erica. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get back into it.
I really want like an NBA player or a NFL player.
I mean, I was gonna say, no diss to the 50, 60.
My dog died.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you something. We don't care.
Okay, now this is very weird. Now you're bouncing all over the place. You said you want to, but how do you think the 50? I'm trying to slow you down. How do you think the 50 to 60,000 a year man? No. Oh my God, the $20 to $40,000 a year man that you qualify for. How do you think he feels knowing you would be better off with a NBA basketball player who would never take you serious long term? If he, for whatever crazy ass reason, would want to deal with you for a quick second, it's definitely probably just a smash and to send you back home after All-Star weekend. It isn't anything, you're not going to gain anything substantial from an NBA player. There are a lot of women who they go to concerts with their significant other, and their average is, as the day is long, and then they end up getting invited backstage to Drake with Drake and whatever, and they're willing to risk their relationship to go be with Drake. And Drake don't want to keep them. Drake sends them back to the streets as he should. And then these women are goofy enough to think that their boyfriends will still be waiting for them after they go through this whirlwind of pain. Do you think that a guy who's normal, making everyday money, knowing how you think, now he'd be comfortable taking you to comedy shows or to places where like this or significant men are around, whatever? You're an easy crack. Let's go ahead and get back into it.
Range, if you make a decent living, be proud of yourself. But
yeah, that's like manageable. Like that's like not a crazy number. That's like should be like bare minimum. I think.
Well, hold on. That's average. And in America, listen, if you make money in America and you have a job, the economy's not the best. So there's no diss. But when you say I want a baller, I was thinking a lot more than 50 or 60K.
I mean, yeah, that's like minimum, like starting out there.
But I want to get clarity here because you said you want a man that's willing to spend money on you. So what are some of the things you want him to spend money on you for? Do you want him to pay your rent? Is he buying you clothes, taking care of your children? Like, what's the expectation?
I mean, like, whatever he's willing to do.
Okay, but he has to be willing to...
I mean, like, you know, spend like shopping and trips every once in a while, not overboard, but, just want to throw me a couple dollars just because I got kids, I don't get child support.
I beg your pardon?
All that. I do everything on my own for me and my kids. And a man that want to come in my life, like, he don't got to worry about, having to go at, no dads or at whatever, like, coming at them as a man or anything. He's not going to have to worry about any of that. So...
Now, do your children's dads, do they help you out?
No, they don't at all.
So,
with my son's dad, he's been in jail. He went to jail like when I got pregnant with my son and has been in there ever since. And it's going to be in there for a long time. Has nothing to do with me. It's his own, decisions and choices. And I just don't want my son to have that impression or have that influence. So maybe in the future, after he gets out, if he's in a good headspace, I don't mind him, meeting my son or anything like that. But as of now, that hasn't happened or, whatever.
Okay, let's stop this. Okay, a lot to unpack here. A whole lot to unpack here. Okay, so you didn't put the two men who you had children by, you didn't put them on child support, which I'm not all the way against, because the only sure way to ensure that your family never comes together is to put the court system in between the man and the woman. That's the way to ensure that the family will never ever come back together. But that's signifying of the fact that you're not holding them financially responsible. And you have the unmitigated gall to open your crazy mouth and say that since he knows that I got kids, I want a guy who will give me some money every now and again because he knows that I need help and he knows that I have kids. You did not hold your baby daddies financially accountable. What makes you think that, like, again, it's just to say those things in the same sentence is very off-putting. Let me read some super chats off. We're kind of behind in super chats. Demita Joe says, I'm so ready for this live. Spin the clip, godson. You already know. Let's do it. Much love, Demita Joe. The next one reads, Amazement 17. What's up, man? Says, why don't they appreciate a guy who puts thought into a date rather than just throwing money at them? Question mark. Again, listen to what men want since we choose you, not vice versa. Great comment. That is true. I don't know. It's weird. They want control where they never will have it. Next Level says, is that a gold tooth? I know you lying. Yeah. Only in our community, man. Only in our community. Amazement 17 again says Travelicious, and I got a new one, Thon. Spontoya. Since they always looking for sponsors, it seems like, yeah, it's real. Through the Fire podcast says, I saw this live, and this chick, like most black women, are done for. Okay. Let's go ahead and get back into it.
It's a little complicated wherever I have
Much love to Tyree Hamilton. He dropped a 5. Much love, Tyree.
reached out to that side of the family, and they was just like the mom and the sister, and they was just like it was his problem basically. And so I'm like, I don't want to do that jail thing and all that. I'll just wait or whatever. Like, I'm not stressed. And then my daughter's dad, I met him and we was in a relationship. And it was just like a hot mess. Like, he had no motivation, procrastinating life and just made a lot of excuses. And I was like trying to have his back and all this and like be there as a woman, like be there for him and all that. Like, a woman's supposed to be like, motivate him and all this. But then at some point he got mad at me and was like, I'm a man, I can do this on my own, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like, you know what? All right. I don't gotta stress whatever. So we broke up and I was still trying to do the co-parenting thing, but it was like, he don't even care about himself. And so I was the one, putting in effort and all that. And I'm like, I'm not one of those females that, is going to go to the court system. I feel like me going and doing all that is a waste of time. Like going in and out of court, like I just feel like that's a waste of my time. And so I'm like, I'm just going to do what I got to do. And I just took some time to heal. And just focus. I just been focused on getting to the money, Miss Kendra, and just trying
I was going to say, so this is why you now want a man with money. Because you've been through all that.
I want a good man. Yeah, like I don't want.
Yeah, like I just don't understand if women understand how off-putting it sounds to say, yeah, I dated a guy who ruined his own freedom. He never tried to do anything to get money. He wasn't productive. Do you think that men think that you didn't know all these things while you were sleeping with him? And when you decided, and when you made the decision to carry his baby to term, you were under the knowledge of all these things you're running off like he's this horrible guy. Much love to Dean. He just dropped in 3. Much love. You saw all those things before you had the child. That you didn't discover these things after you had the child. That's one of the biggest lies you guys are telling. Please, just. It's interesting. Our women are really coming out here with gold teeth in their mouth, and they're asking for the best men in the dating market. Can't make this up, man. Let's get back into it.
I did the scrub thing, try to be there with like 50 Cent said, like, would you hold me down if I was down and out? And like,
not a 50. We're quoting 50 Cent lyrics. What?
You are really dumb, for real.
I don't know. Maybe she thought that like she wasn't gonna notice that like that was a 50 Cent lyric. Through the Fire podcast says she's telling on herself. She's a whole headache and trying to be a mama to a grown man. So he dipped. He's not your man, not your child. He's your man, not your child. Yeah, facts.
You should have wanted the one have the baby by me and be a millionaire.
Yeah.
That's the one you want to quote now?
I was young and naive. I'm 28 now. Like I have, I only got 2. I seen people that was younger than me and had more. And I'm like, I watch your show. I've been watching your show for a while, and seeing some of these people on here, I just be like, it really like has made me like, it has helped me in. I'm originally from Texas. I just moved up here to the East Coast. Actually, it's been a year now since I've been up here on the East Coast.
Okay. I gotta jump in, Apple, because I do want you to talk, but I gotta ask the rest of the questions, okay? Okay. So are there any more requirements before we go to your deal breakers?
No, just not a height requirement. I mean, I'm short, so like I would say at least 5'8". I'm only 4'10".
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers, men that don't got a drive in life, a goal in life, a man that doesn't have some type of relationship with God, Jesus Christ in his life. Not necessarily going to church every Sunday, but like, you know, praise, you know, is a level-headed man. I don't want a man that ain't level-headed and doesn't have emotional intelligence.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
I mean, I date a little bit outside of my race, not too far outside of my race, but like, I'll do black, and I have dated Spanish as well.
Not too far out of your race? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean not too far out of your race? What does that even mean?
Okay.
That's as far as I'll go, though.
Okay. We got some more paid questions, okay?
I guess.
Coffee Killer says, if this man has NFL money, are you willing to cook, clean, do dishes, clean the toilet and bathroom, sweep the floors, make him dinner, and serve him first? What are your duties to him for his money? Well, Coffee Killer, if he has NFL money, he has a maid. So
Yeah.
I mean,
but I mean, I'm like, if it's like, you know, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, then I'm like, yeah, I'm submissive if he is someone that has shown me he, you know, he's given me that.
Here's the deal. If you're dating an NFL player, these aren't the requirements. Coffee Killer, these are not the requirements of a woman that wants to deal with an NFL player. She has to A, be a freak, and B, be okay with other women. So those are the two biggest things. And
as long as I don't know about the other women, but I can cook still. And yeah, he should have, you know, I'm willing to do that stuff, but to an extent, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be more so the freaky things, whether or not he wants to take you out, because he might date you, he might date you behind doors. Who knows what girl you would be for him? And there's definitely gonna be other women. So if you could get with those.
I'm glad that Kendra said definitely, because it definitely is a certainty. Like, you would definitely be sharing him. And I don't think he would pick you, but for whatever reason, if he did decide he wanted to pick you, you definitely would have to share him with other women. And I can tell you're not okay with that because, you know, your head's up your ass. Shouts out to Fantasy Island Girl. Much love. She's in the chat. Very consistent supporter of the show. What's up? How you doing? Conditional submissiveness, classic. Absolutely. Anytime a woman says, yeah, I just need a guy who, you know, when I'm around him, I feel like I'm submissive. Nah. Submissive is something that you are all day long. You can't move in and out of being a feminine woman or being a woman who is cooperative. Either you're cooperative or not. There is no like, oh, I can be feminine or I can be like masculine. No, you got to pick one. And usually it has more to do with the environment you were raised in than a conscious decision you're making anyway.
Three things, then you could probably get your NFL player. But it ain't gonna be cooking, child. They got maids.
I can cook though too.
You can cook. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay.
Oh, okay, you in shape.
Yeah, like I work out. Let me move my trash can.
Okay, we see you, boo. You're SHURE too, you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm only 4'10".
Okay. When was your last relationship, Asia?
At least she's not fat.
Like I said, I took time to heal, so and since I moved up here, I haven't been on that. I'm just now getting myself out there. It's been like, I think October 2021 or 2022.
Okay. All right, some more paid questions. Lord of Leon said, from a man, put that man's son on child support, move on. You
That's a
need
waste
to
of my
tip.
time. I do what I gotta do. I'm not saying like I can't take care of my kids, because I'm doing that, and I got support from my family. I do have the support from my family if I do need that extra help. But I'm getting older, and I'm like, I'm just putting myself out there. I'm like, if a nigga's willing to spend the money, like I look good. Like I be switching it up. You gonna get a different person every week. You know, sometimes I wear the wig, sometimes I'm natural. Majority of the time I'm natural. You know.
But wait a second. We don't want a different woman every week. We want you to wear your natural hair. We definitely don't want you rocking no gold tooth. The closer you lean in with this gold tooth, the more aggressive this call is to react to. It's hostile. You look like you fight. You look like you fight. Ketchum just dropped it. He said, he got 5 on it. Much love, Ketchum. Thank you. That puts us at 18 for go. Appreciate you. Let's go ahead and get back into it.
Like, I'm a good time and all that good vibe. I love in spirit. I bring wisdom to the table. Wisdom, maybe not as business, because he probably already on that, but like wisdom in life. Like I can be, not like saying as a mom aspect, but yeah, like, you know, as that mom aspect, like just a level-headed person, someone needs a woman knowledge.
Okay. All right. We got some, girl, you sparked a lot of emotions. So Jazzy Lay 24 said, so you ask other men for money, but not your BDs. That doesn't make sense.
I mean, I'm not begging no nigga for no money. I'm not, like I said, I'm not about to go force no man to be no man. I gave him the opportunity. I was, before I moved up here, when I was living in Texas.
No. It isn't about, I'm not going to beg a man to be a man, all that crap. Before I even let you go down that road, let me stop you. It's not about, oh, like, I'm not finna make a man be a man. You need to choose fathers. See, this is the beginning. This is the inception of the false narrative that black men just aren't fathers. No. You guys sleep with men who you don't even know are fathers or not. Or you know for sure he isn't a father. You just still carry his baby to term. And then go, I can't force him to be a daddy. Well, you didn't know if he wanted to be a daddy before you slept with him either. So you're not in a better moral position. Stop. Y'all must like this is so dishonest. But maybe because there hasn't been enough people reprimanding black women and actually like correcting them and filtering the things that they say, this is why they're so confident while being wrong. You're not going to force him to be a man. What do you mean? You're not going to force him to be the thing you saw that he wasn't way before you had the baby? Stop it. This man did not morph to be somebody who didn't want to be a family man after you had the baby. That's who he was when you met him and when you slept with him. That's the problem. Our women don't know how to seek the men who are actually family men. They're just sleeping with men and hoping for the best and wonder why we don't have any fathers in our community. I'm going to keep saying this. A deadbeat father is somebody who already made a decision to be in the child's life and then leaves. Y'all are calling men who you never knew wanted to be a father or not deadbeats, and it's wrong. And it's because you're so far from success, you don't even know what losing looks like.
I tried. I kept on I kept on with at least my daughter's dad. Like I kept on, and I feel like at some point he was trying to make me miserable. And I'm like, you know what? If I'm the problem, let me move around. Cause I know other women that put niggas on child support and
Kareem Bonus just dropped 5. He got 5.
there for the child or doing stuff for the child. Like I'm over here not trying to do that route and still trying to. It's like,
But why
but
are you
I'm not.
reluctant
I feel like
hold on
going
real
out
quick.
to the.
Why are you reluctant to put your child's father on child support?
No, I'm not reluctant. I can go do it at any point of time. That's not the problem. I just feel.
Now, this is where it gets tricky because I'm going to confuse some people because it is messed up to be asking for men to come take care of your children and you're not holding the fathers of the children financially liable. But what Kendra G doesn't understand and what a lot of other women don't understand, but you actually do understand, is putting them on child support don't actually make it any better. Child support actually doesn't make a man want to be a father. You want to know how to ensure that this doesn't happen to you? Sleeping with a guy who you know for sure wants to be a father. That is not what black women are doing. And that's what I've been trying to bring to the attention and to the forefront since I started this show. And it's because it's true. It's because it's true. That's what our women are doing. They don't know if the men who they're dealing with are fathers when they're sleeping with them. That's the problem. Black men aren't changing their mind and like, oh, you know what? I don't want to be in a baby life. See you when I see you. Like, no, that's not what black men are doing. Y'all don't care until after the baby is born. Then y'all want to have that conversation with him like, is this something you want to do? That's poor. That's not how it's supposed to go. And say that isn't how it's going. That isn't how our women are starting families. Okay. Let's go ahead and get back into it.
Like going through court and having to go back and forth and all that. I feel like that's a waste of time.
Well, you do understand the logic from the men watching because the first thing you said,
I feel like that's forcing
hey, Apple, let me get it out and then you can respond, okay? The very first thing I said is, what kind of man are you looking for? You said a man that's willing to spend that money.
Willing man.
Apple,
right.
let me finish and then you can respond. Let me finish completely. So that was the first thing you said, a man that's willing to spend money on you. But yet you're not going to do all that you can to get your children's fathers to be responsible for raising them. So I do think if money is
I did.
But you just said that, okay, maybe we're missing it. So
yeah, before I moved up here to the DMV area, I only been here a year. My kids is 6 and 5. My daughter is 5. With my son's dad, like I said, that's his own situation and all that. With my daughter's dad, I tried, like, I'm not going to go down to the court and do it. I was trying to do it outside, like, civilized and
but
all
he's
that.
not cooperating, so you'll have to go to the court then.
I mean, why force a man to do something like when there's other guys that does it without asking? That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it.
Okay, so that's how you look at it. Now,
and do it. I was trying to do it outside, like civilized and
but
all
he's
that.
not cooperating, so you'll have to go to the court then.
I mean, why force a man to do something like when there's other guys that does it without asking? That's how.
Well, wait a sec. Hold on. Whoa. Unbelievable. There are, this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Ma'am, there are men out there who do it and you don't have to like ask them to support their children. Do you want to know who those men are? Do you want to know? I'm going to tell you. Those are the men who want to be fathers. Like that, you want to sleep with that. That's the guy who you want to deal with off the rip. the problem is you slept with a man who doesn't have those values. That's what I'm trying to say. Why sleep with a man before you know if he'd do it automatically if you have, in the case of you getting pregnant? Why not know that beforehand? And I'm asking that to all other Black women who have found themselves ending up being single mothers in this exact same way. Why? Why do you not really bring his character truly into question until something permanent has happened, like a child? Why? You're saying, why should I have to force a man to be in his child's life? Valid point. But I have a counter question. Why sleep with a man who you have to even have a conversation with? This is the crust. This is the crux of the issue. This gets down to the bottom of why we have so many fatherless homes. If you guys want to put a narrative out there that Black men are fathers and then just dipping out on their kids, that's the definition of what a true deadbeat is. A father who's already committed to a long-term situation and then goes to the grocery store and doesn't come home. That's a deadbeat father. But a man who you never knew either way if he wanted to raise a child with you and then he doesn't, that's a misunderstanding. Now, let's go ahead and get back into the show.
How I look at it. That's how I look at it.
Okay, so that's how you look at it. Now,
Fred Du Bois just took the sponsor spot. Let's get it. Much love to him. Let's let the AK off for him. That puts us at 48. We're about halfway to goal. Much love. He says, God's son, finally caught up with you. Do your thing. You know I am. Much love. Thank you. This is cringe. But this is an interesting conversation because I'm glad that she didn't put the father of her children on child support because that's not going to make it any different. That's not going to make him want to raise his kids. So it's interesting. But I'm also on Kendra G's side because you're trying to tell other men to be financially liable for your children in a very boisterous and flamboyant way, but you're being very open about the fact that you don't care if the kids' fathers put in on their life. And it doesn't matter if you put them on child support or not. All that matters is that you obviously don't care about if they do anything for the child or not. And that's just bad energy to put out there. A lot of times single mothers don't lose because they're single mothers. You guys lose at the things you say. You say and do the wrong things while going out in the dating market and interacting with men. Much love to Self-Help Shiloh. He says, this musty raccoon speaks in fluent sign language. Much love, Self-Help Shiloh. This is a very, very interesting conversation here. We don't often get caught up in interesting paradoxes like this with the court systems and whatever, because again, one would think, yeah, just put them on child support. But no. What's that gonna do? What a lot of women are doing is they're putting men on child support who don't want to be in their children's life, and even visitation is attached to the child support. Why would you want a child who you love dearly to go be with a man even 2 days out of the week who really doesn't want to be with the child? Like, why would you even want to do something like that? A lot of women aren't thinking like this. Kendra G was right to check her on this one. Kendra G was right to check her on this one because at the end of the day, you're not holding them responsible. But I also don't agree that child support is the answer. Because at the end of the day, that's not going to make him want to be in the child's life at all. What's that money going to do? And if he isn't if he isn't making a lot of money, if he isn't a rare money, it's not going to do anything for your income, for your house. This is wild. She's like, yeah, but again, I know why this is confusing to some people. Some people are like, yeah, put them dudes on. Some men say, oh, I won't even trust a girl. I'll think you're still sleeping with your baby daddy if you don't put them on child support. That's not true all the time. The biggest reason why a lot of women don't put their guy on child support is because they made that decision the day that they realized the guy didn't want to be in the child's life. What's the use? What's the use of trying to rope a man into a financial situation that he's not even emotionally attached to? It makes no sense. And it actually puts the child, it makes the child vulnerable for more hurt. If the man has to pay for this child and the child is more connected to paperwork than an emotional connection with the man, you think he's going to treat the child well? And I get it. This is weird because I'm against you, but I respect your reasons for not putting him on child support. But the way you could have avoided all of this was having a conversation with the men who you're sleeping with, or waiting till you get married to have a baby. Or like before you have a baby with somebody, you know that that's somebody who you probably want to get stuck in a long-term situation with. But even then, that's not the way to go about it. The best way to go about it is to secure it within a marriage. And what a lot of you women don't realize, if you don't do it that way, nobody got enough sympathy out here for y'all. Y'all got all the reproductive rights. Y'all get to do whatever y'all want to do. Much love to Fred Du Bois. He just came through. He says, another show tomorrow. He just dropped 52 right on y'all head. Let's let the AK off. Much love, man. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sponsoring the show. All right. I think we've already burnt enough time out on her. We got to hurry up and move over to the feature presentation. Just really literally based off of time's sake. But again, I hate to see it. I hate to see the back and forth stuff. Like, maximum you can receive. Okay, what in the world is going on? Failed. What are they talking about? Okay, I don't know what they're talking about. Self-help Shiloh. The Cash App that you just tried to send for whatever reason, Cash App rejected it. It's saying something that we have received the maximum number you can receive at the time. That's BS. I am not past the max. Okay. All right. If that happens again, I'm going to stop the Cash App donations because I don't want those to go nowhere. Okay, let's go ahead and get back into it. Now, what led us here? Feature presentation. Feature presentation. Fantasy Alley Girl, big back. Yeah. It seems we found ourselves here often. It's weird that we found ourselves here. Once more, reacting to heavyset women who believe that they get the best men in the dating market. Either if it's financially, either if it's like looks or whatever. We have an issue. We have a huge issue with women thinking that they get the best out there while completely abandoning the physical attraction desire of men. Men, we are more physical and visual than we'll ever be emotional. We care about how you look and present yourself before we know you more than anything else. We don't care about, oh, I wonder if she's got a good degree. I wonder if she's like went to college. I wonder if she's educated. I wonder what type of this and that. No. We don't start at any of those things. We don't start at your money. We start at your body, your physicality, how you look stepping out of the shower, and maybe how you would look after you had a kid or two. We factor all these things in, and it's very important to us. It's very important to us. Dang, it rejected it again, Self-Help Shiloh. I'm not sure what's going on. It did this to us last show. And I know that I don't have some overwhelming amount of money coming in here to where it's like, oh, you can't. This is crazy. I have no clue what's going on. All right. Let's go ahead and get back into it. It's funny that you said this. Fantasy Island Girl says, I bet she want him tall, dark, and handsome. Then look at her. Yeah, just wait and see. Let's go ahead and get into the call. Let's spin the clip.
36. What you do for a living?
I'm a guest service agent for a hotel.
Okay, guest service agent. You have any kids?
Nope.
Okay. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Leo.
And have you ever been married?
No.
No. So we got Irene, Bridgeport, Connecticut, 36 Leo, guest services for a hotel, you said, correct?
Mm-hmm.
No kids, never married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
Not to say the generic tall, dark, and handsome, but I like what I like.
Well, you said it. Oh, no.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you.
You get your big fat ass on somewhere then. I don't deal with you big sassy ass broads.
I'm not sure. Yeah, like, you see why? See, I understand. I got a PhD in black women, so I understand what that little move you did. Like, I would like him tall, dark, and handsome, but it's just, just try to like say that real, try to hurry up and do drive-by standard. Just try to hurry up and make that happen real quick and skirt off. Absolutely not. You don't get that guy. You like tall, dark, and handsome is the same thing when a guy asks for like 5'5", small waist, nice hips, full bust, all the best female characteristic traits that they have to offer. And it's just funny that you started at physical characteristic traits because that's where you're lacking the most. And you started there first, and that's where you're the least prepared to like bring value to the dating market. That's called irony and just one hell of a coincidence. Interesting. Let's go ahead and get back into it.
Is that
somebody. Huh?
Is that what it is? Tall, dark, and handsome?
No, I'm just, obviously I want somebody.
Yeah, that right there, that thing she just did, that's her way of just saying, I'm putting it out there just in case there's one idiot who actually has these characteristic traits who'd be foolish enough to like abandon his physical desire so that I can have all of mine met. Cool, I'm cool with him. Like, but like, I'm just putting that out there. I'm okay with anybody else who is less than. Just like old girl who we reacted to before, you already insulted the 50 to 60,000 a year guy when you go, oh, I'm looking for a baller, I'm looking for a millionaire, I'm looking for somebody in the NBA, but then turn around and say, but I'd be cool with 50 or 60,000. Nah, don't try to come back to where you rightfully belong in the back end just to make sure you actually do get something. If you're gonna take a risk and try to get a man who's overqualified for you, go do it. Go do it. If you want to go try to get a man who's in the NBA knowing dang well he's out of your league, go do it. But don't try to circle back on the men who make 50 to 60 when that don't work out. And you, hefty, don't like ignore the men who got cul-de-sacs and bellies and whatever right now. And then when the clock is ticking, it's only 5 seconds left, then try to be okay with everybody who's at a physical disadvantage later on down the road. It's not going to work out for you either. Y'all trying to plant seeds in both dating pools. You want to plant a seed in the average dating pool, but try to like take a home run swing at the high value men too, and just in case, and think that the average guys will be okay with you settling on them, and when really you ain't even settling. I was overqualified for you before you tried to treat me like I was something to fall back on. Shame on you. Shame.
Somebody that's honest, somebody that's loyal, someone that is financially responsible, someone that's well put together as far as their mental. So mentally stable. I don't know. Look, I'm nervous. Yeah.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers. I call it a homosexual. And what that is a man that likes to live off women, and yeah, a liar, a cheater, um, and yeah, that's all I can think of.
The good old homosexual clause. Why do only the women who are overweight always try to send a no homeless guy warning out in the dating market? I'll tell you why. It's because the men in the dating market who are homeless need a place to stay are in last place when it comes to where they rank amongst productive, hardworking men in the dating market. That's why. A woman who is not physically appealing in the dating market, she is in last place. So even though it seems like this guy just shouldn't be talking to you, like, why are you talking to me? You're dusty. You don't even have no money. Every time I'm dating you, I end up finding out you need somewhere to stay, actually, or whatever the case may be. The reason why that's the guy you're dealing with is because that's the guy you match up with the best. I love hearing big girls complain about like how bad their options are. It's like, why are you expecting good ones? It's the most amazing phenomenon to watch somebody who knows they're not at their best say, why aren't I getting the best guys out here in the dating market? What's the problem? What's wrong with all these men? What's wrong with, why don't these men want to date? Like, where are all the ballers at? Where are the men who want to take care of me? It's like, ma'am, have you seen you? Ooh, self-host Shiloh, even though they rejected the Cash App, I'm still gonna read it. He said thugs don't go on child support. Only men are put on child support. Heavy. And she's right, because they can hide their income and all different type of stuff. They can make their money on the street. You're not putting them. You're not even gonna get they don't have an address. How you gonna put them on child support? The fool ain't got an address. So you can't put nobody on child support who don't got an address. That's just the truth of the matter on that one. That's just the truth of the matter on that one.
Right now, liar, cheater, and don't try to live with me. Long story short.
Don't try to live with you. Have men in the past try to move in with you?
Yeah, I went through that with my ex. He was a homosexual, and and that's what I discovered at the end of our situation.
Okay. Excuse me. Should he look a certain way?
So I do like chocolate men. I do normally like them to be at least 6 feet and taller. Nice smile. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So be at least 6 feet and taller. Should he make a certain amount of money?
I don't really care about that. I make my own money, but at least enough to take care of himself and also be able to court a woman.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't care about his money, but you want him to have enough money to be able to court you. That's not an honest statement. I'm tired of you women saying that because you earn your own money, you don't care about a guy's money. That's stupid. You earn your own money, and you just want men to notice it, acknowledge it, and care about it, all while understanding that you don't plan on using any of that money to make yourself valuable in a relationship. You don't plan on paying anything. You don't plan on doing anything with that money. You just want us to notice it so that we can give you a point for being a valuable woman. Then you can tuck it back to being something that we don't even have access to anymore. But you wanted us to pick you based on it. But if we say, oh, well, do we have control of your money, since you're putting an emphasis on it? Because you want me to make a decision based on it. So how valuable is it to me? Like, how valuable is... Oh, boy said, let's not do the Kendrick game. All right, let's get back into it.
Let's do the Kendrick cam, Irene.
I'm nervous. Hold on. I gotta move it because I know it wasn't right where I had it. So I'm gonna put it over here.
I'm here to tell
Maybe
you
you can
right
see my
now,
whole body. Hold on.
we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Okay,
I'm good.
we got you.
Like
We
Bernie,
see your
that's
outfit,
a big
girl.
bitch.
Okay. That's not what it's about. I went to dinner, so I was
Okay.
already dressed.
Irene, do you want him?
Now, it's almost insulting for you to have on an outfit that's tight fitting. See, what you're wearing right now is an outfit that belongs on the body of a woman who is in shape. You see, like, see, your biggest issue is like you have on the outfit of someone who actually works out. See, one thing you'll see that in the Black community that's borderline attached to mental illness has to be, is that you'll see heavy set women with crop tops on, skin tight suits, tube tops, things that fit women should have on. Yeah, Lizzo, when you wear your butt cheeks out at a basketball event, we're gonna boo you out of there. We're gonna riot. But if Rihanna does it or Halle Berry does it, it's a whole different ballgame. You want to know why? Because they earn the right to put that stuff on. You just decided that you're not going to go to the gym. You're not going to eat a good diet, but you're just going to put on what you want to put on because I'm who I am. This is how far that and did and period by culture gets you when, you know what I mean? When you just go off of a cliff with it. Now you're fat. And you're just, self-confidence isn't being a fat person and then deciding to dress like you aren't fat. That's insanity, is what that is. To be overweight and to dress like you actually are not overweight, I start to bring your mental health into question. That's what I start to do. I start to think maybe something's wrong with you. But it's so common in the Black community. You guys are pulling your pants over your fupas and covering your navel up as if we don't know that there's a belly under there because you're still wide. You're doing all this crazy stuff. And then we're just sitting back laughing at your ass. I mean, even if a guy is willing to sleep with you, he's not going to take you serious if you move and act this way. You have hijacked a fit woman's outfit. This is not fair to the women who had to go to the gym and be like, I want to look tight so I can put this on or whatever. You don't think like her. She's ambitious. You're not. And then you got the nerve probably to think you're better than men who make certain amounts of money and whatever. No, they're all better than you. All of them deserve better than you. All of them. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how Cash App says I can receive an unlimited amount of money each month. But lately throughout our shows, like right in the middle of our shows, all of a sudden we can't receive any more Cash Apps. Insane. Insane. Somebody says Thon is really pissed. This is upsetting. This is upsetting because you wanna dress and heavy set women in the Black community, they want to be half naked too. They don't want to be left out, but you don't want to go to the gym. You're like, well, I'm just going to wear it. Maybe I'll still look cute. You don't. Shame on your friends who went out with you and didn't tell you. Shame on your friends who took you out and go out with you and they're like, yeah, you're a baddie just like us. Knowing damn well you're not. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it.
My birthday, so 3 months ago.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Um, so I feel like I feel like I could work on being a little bit more patient. Um, I guess being a little bit more kind, just because I've dealt with a lot of stuff in my life, so I could be mean. Um, People have told me I don't have empathy, so that's something I guess I could work on. And hmm, being too kind-hearted, definitely. I have a big heart, so yeah.
Okay. And
I
why
know
would
what I said may react what I said, being more kind, but I also have a big heart. I'm very giving, so yeah, there's that.
okay. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Irene?
I don't have kids. That's I know that's hard to find out here. Um, I make my
Kendra is laughing at your ass because when you're like an undesirable woman, it doesn't it isn't that any woman who doesn't have children is valuable out here in the dating market. Olivia X says, that's not a flaw. Being too kind-hearted. I told you, black women are out here trying to label every man who has a pulse a narcissist. When they come on Kendra G's show every single day and can't name one thing that's actually flawed about themselves, and if they try, only something good about themselves can come out. I don't think I've ever seen anything more narcissist. I don't think I've ever seen anything as narcissistic as that. It doesn't get more narcissistic than that.
own money. I do what I'm supposed to do for me. Like I don't need anyone to take care of me. I mean, it would be, nice to have somebody that wants to provide and protect down the line when we get married. Um, yeah, I'm the package deal, I guess.
Now, could the guy have kids already?
No, I've tried it. Mm-mm.
No kids. And do you want kids?
I do.
Okay, you do.
Ma'am, look how heavy you already are. Do you think any guy wants to just add a baby to everything else that you already got going on? You're already mad overweight. And like a baby's only going to add more weight to that. You're already really, really overweight. So and you have to understand that when a guy evaluates a woman physically, he's already adding 20 pounds. He already sees that day where you're going to get pregnant. He already adds 20 pounds. So now you're even heavier when thinking about the possibility of getting you pregnant. And the nerve of so many of you black women to be so far overweight and you don't even have children. You only see this in the black community. Like Hispanic women, their bodies go to shit the worst after they have kids. I will admit, black women may snap back faster than some other groups of women, but you only see this in the black community where there's like a whole bunch of overweight women and they're not even pregnant. They're just overweight, just fat. And sitting around demanding guys to like them and want to date them and always talking about N-words ain't shit and all this other different type of stuff. Sitting around fat with gyms and Planet Fitness is $5 a month. Gyms are $1 a month now. It's like, man, get out of here. Get out of here. For anybody who wants to support in the Cash App again, I think we got the Cash App back fixed. If anybody who wants to stop the show in the Cash App again, I think I got the problem figured out. Let's go ahead and get back into it.
All right, Irene, what is the age range you would date? You're 36.
So I would say 36 to 45.
Okay, and should he be in Connecticut?
No, I said the tri-state area, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York.
Okay, we got you. All right, let's do it. Irene, Bridgeport, Connecticut, 36, is a Leo. Guest services, agent at a hotel, no kids, never married, no men with kids, be between the ages of 36, 45, tri-state area. You said at least 6 feet, doesn't care about income, but you can't want to move in with her. Okay.
Is that?
Are you on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
I am. So I put my I guess my username
marriage
on
material.
there. Yeah, I put that there.
That's your username?
No.
Yeah.
kids or anything. I take care of my kids.
My whole body.
Material. Okay. Here she is.
Oh, yep, that's me.
Now Kendra G is gonna attempt to do something that Mr. Samuels perfected, but she's gonna try to do it the female way. She's going to try to be a supportive, I got your back, sister. We all is winners. We all are in this together. Whole sisterhood routine where I'm trying to give you some good advice, but really I'm still on your side, but whatever. And this right here, this last couple of minutes of the call is why you're here. This is the most important part of the whole reaction. It's to put on display that there's no pleasant way to hand women these conversations. This is for all the people who say that us men advocacy people, us dating and relationship conversation podcasts, that we should dial our tone down and we should talk to women nicely about this. I'm here to say there is no nice way to say it. And Kendra G is going to attempt to say it in a nice way, that this woman needs to fix the thing that she ultimately does need to fix to become a better woman in the dating market. And watch how far she gets. Without further ado, let's spin the clip.
Irene. Okay. Oh, natural born beauty today. Okay. Here's Irene. Okay. And you said earlier, what are the things that make you marriage material again?
I don't have children. I do know what to do as, a woman for myself and for my partner. I don't know. I feel like just saying I'm just me. Like, I feel like I'm a great person to spend time with. Like I can be your best friend and more.
Okay.
So why not?
So her name is Marriage Material 88 on the Kendra G Singles dating app. I do want to say something, and it's always a very sensitive topic on this show.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times I walk away from it, but I think sharing with you could be helpful. I do think, listen, you could be skinny and single. There's a lot of skinny women and single, but I do think if you drop some of the weight, it's going to help with your options.
Facts.
I mean, I have a problem before, but I mean, it's just my options were, but
Say again?
I said I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I feel like
well, you
guys
just
love
said
big
that.
girls.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. The options you have are not the options you want.
Well, yeah, I guess. Well, they're not. It's how they are raised. Long story short, that
I
makes them.
understand that, but to be clear, and you can
Hold on. Did she say it's how they were raised? Fantasy Island Girl says, "Don't even try, Kendra." It's like, again, this is what happens when you're trying to do it the nice way instead of just being direct. What's your dress size? When the last time have you seen a person who is the guy you're looking for and he dates a woman like you? That's why that's the only thing that works. This is what happens when you try to be gentle with black women about something that's really serious. They start to get testy. They start to act like, well, where's this coming from? Their attitude gets very low vibrational. Then she's saying, oh, I don't really like, actually, I don't have bad options. What you talking about? Then they start getting dishonest when you already admitted that you don't like your options. You just screamed a no hobo scream that the whole entire country can hear because only homeless guys are the only guys who want to deal with you. And if homeless guys are the only guys who actually want to give you the time of day, that means you don't like your options. Kendra's right. If you want to get out of the homeless bracket of men, you need to lose weight. And that's just all it is to it. But again, this is what it looks like when a woman tries. Listen to her tone. Was there anything wrong with Kendra G's tone? Her tone Kendra sounded like she was pleasant. She didn't seem like she was mean. I don't think you can approach the topic in a more loving manner. And Kendra's still being met with hostility. This is proof that when men are being checked and policed about our tone, it's but merely a deflection tactic in the conversation to derail from these amazing talking points that are being brought to the forefront that force them into accountability. The same way, like, but they're treating it like a cat is being dipped in freezing cold water, when actually accountability is the thing that's going to lead you women to getting better results, getting better outcomes as a person, but just better results with men in general. Fantasy Island Girl says there's no way to approach it. Maybe there isn't. Maybe there is no way to approach a woman about her weight. Maybe that very fact in itself, it should give women all of the motivation to stay fit, because it's awkward, it's touchy, and you don't want to talk about it. So get it together, because it's important to men. If you don't want to talk about it, if it's uncomfortable, if it's untouchy, if it makes you sad, if it makes you depressed, get it together. Go to the gym. Do something about it so that it's no longer awkward. You want to know who isn't awkward about fitness conversations? Fit people. You want to know who don't get uncomfortable about conversations about weight? People who are underweight. People who are fit and at the weight that they're supposed to be at, and their BMI is right where it's supposed to be. They don't have a problem with these type of conversations. And you want to know what else that they don't have a problem with? They don't have problems getting a date, getting laid, all that. Big girls are like, oh, I just want to deal with somebody who's actually got a job. Well, you're going to have to get on a treadmill, Big Shirley. It's not happening just because you want it to happen. Your physicality is your currency in the dating market, and you don't got a lot of money. And now you're mad because Kendra is actually trying to be a big sister to you, the sister that you obviously don't got in your corner. Because I know you got friends that lie to you because you wouldn't have put that damn outfit on.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The men that you are attracting are not really the men you desire, though.
As far as who they are as a person, no.
Okay. So I'm just sharing this because it's a thing that a lot of men say on my show often. And it's always a very sensitive topic, but because I know you want to get married, you want to become a wife, it will just help with different options. So you can take it or leave it. I'm not trying to be, like I said, there's skinny women who are not married too, but I know you're really on this path. And I think that because I hear this show often, all the time, this is some of the things men say all the time on this platform. So I'm not trying to be rude. I hope you receive and get with love. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we have Marriage Material 88. That's her name on the Kendra G Singles dating app. Kendra G Singles dating app. All right, honey. I wish you the best, baby girl.
Jacob says she ain't laughing no more. It's because she's mad at Kendra.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Listen, normally I don't even say it no more because I already felt like how the energy shift. But you know, sometimes I sit here and I wonder, should I give advice that could be helpful? And I think that the great thing about losing weight is you can lose weight. Shit, you can go to the gym, you can do Ozempic, you can do whatever you want to do. It's a lot of ways.
Ozempic, Kendra.
You are really dumb, for real.
Ladies, don't do Ozempic.
Weight, child, in 2024. But the reality of it is this, ladies, and don't be sensitive. Put on your big girl panties and receive this information. It is going to help with your options. It just is. And one of the reasons, this is the thing that I've learned that we don't talk about a lot, because sometimes there might be a good guy, but you might be bigger than him. Like, this is what we don't talk about. It's not just really always, and most men don't want to date a woman bigger than them because they want to feel like the man. They might want to lift her up. Just all types of things, right?
Well, it's not just like we want to feel like the man. It's that we have, as a man, there are things we're expected to do, like be able to save your life. So we want to be able to meet those expectations. So again, if a fire breaks out and every other man is whipping their woman over their shoulder and running out of the room or running together, they're in a better position than me because my girl is tired. I can't pick her up and she can't run. I'm just out here. They're gonna escape. We're talking about who? Wasn't that a close one? We're gonna burn up. Like, this is bigger than just like us wanting to be embarrassed by our homeboys and whatever. There are things we literally can't get accomplished as a man. If you're overweight, you're hindering us at the foundation of what we are, what we're meant to be. We're meant to be something stronger and something more domineering in your life. But if you're a boulder that can't be moved, it contradicts everything. It contradicts whatever. I always bring up the Pookie who's always into it with his big girl at Walmart, and she always has physically control over him because he's a smaller, skinny guy who likes big girls. So once she gets upset, all of a sudden he realizes he doesn't have the upper hand in the relationship anymore. Like it's nothing more disturbing than seeing a black man being slung around by his collar by his woman in a Walmart. It's funny. It's very funny. Boy, is it funny. It's funny. It's funny, but I always wonder why men put themselves in this situation. And I always wonder if they considered this before they started sleeping with a woman who is 2 or 3 times heavier than them. Like, did you consider that you could find yourself in this predicament where she has a hold of you and she doesn't want to let go, and the police isn't around or anybody's not around to break it up? It's just, I don't know, guys. It's just, I don't know. Women don't really consider these things. They don't consider that, like, it's so difficult to be a man and you're bigger than us. Like me, like I've been very open about, like, yeah, you know, I would crash a big girl. Like, I'm attracted to big girls. Big girls aren't like, there are plenty of men who don't discriminate against big girls, but it doesn't mean that like being with you isn't a burden if you're overweight. Like, it certainly is. Like, men don't want to like have to think about in their mind that like they couldn't save your life in certain circumstances just because you chose to be like a heavyset woman. You know what I mean? Everybody stop sending Cash Apps because for whatever reason, Cash App is hating on us. I got to call Cash App tomorrow, enlighten to them and figure out why all of a sudden my account is acting weird. If I have to end up starting another Cash App, I will, but let's hope we don't end up having to do that. I do have a second account that we may have to switch over to because this is weird. Much love to everybody who sent. I think I can still read them. I want to read Hawk Thomas's. He says, why is weight never a flaw? Let off the AK. Squared Away says, if she don't get her African Bambata ass on out of here, AK her. Much love, Hawk, for y'all attempts to send in. I know that you guys meant well, that y'all meant to support the channel. They didn't let them go through, so. But yeah, it's interesting to see like heavy women upset. I'm not gonna say I feel bad for Kendra, but I say that Kendra G set herself up for this. Like, you know, you set yourself up to make yourself think that like you be able to be in full support of these women and give them what they needed. And because you jumped out of the window judging Kevin Samuels and things that he did, and you thought you'd be able to come over and do it the friendly way. Oh, I'll do it like, I'll do it the sisterhood. I'll do the sisterhood version. There is no sisterhood version, Kendra. There's no sisterhood version of this. It's just, are you bold enough to step up to black women and tell them the truth or not? That's what it is. That's what the game is. Can you play? Ashley Dalton, that go for you and any other women who think that they can step into this arena. Can you play this game? Because this ain't for the weak. It's not. Black women are not weak creatures. They might be lost, mentally ill a little bit, but they're not weak. And you can't be fragile and timid, and you can't come up to them, approaching them like they are something that isn't a threat. They are a threat, and you got to be ready to deal with it. You can be having the greatest time ever with a black woman, and the next thing you know, she's swiping at your throat. So again, you know what it's like to be in full support of black women during these calls. The next thing you know, they acting like they want to fight you. You know what it is. This is not for the weak. You ain't going to be able to be, oh yeah, I just want to give you a little bit of advice, sister, like you tapping somebody on church, giving them a word from God. No, this ain't that. What this actually is a war, conversation war. And some people are equipped for it. Some people are not. Some people are not ready to be a part of it. And I tell you, you women who think y'all gonna safely exist in the middle, y'all gonna be like, and black girl magic, I'm a part of the sisterhood, but I also will check a black woman. That's not gonna work out. One day the people gonna make y'all choose. The people will force you into having to choose if you're gonna be something direct, deliberate, and assertive with these women, or if you're gonna try to pander to them and give them what they need. Because Kendra, you only go off on these women when they piss you off. But I'm here to tell you that they always deserve that level of honesty from you and from the people who are responsible for them. And when you're an influencer like how we do, you're on a bigger level, but just like anywhere online, you're responsible for the people who follow you. Yes, you're responsible for the people who follow you. Much love to everybody who supported. Much love to our show sponsor, everybody who came through. We had a pretty good show. I appreciate everybody who rocked out, everybody who supported. Much love to our show sponsor and Fred Du Bois. I will see you guys with another show tomorrow. Take care.